Christmas edition of I've Got a Secret.
I've Got a Secret, brought to you tonight by Green Whip, the whipped topping mix with all the flavor richness of whipped cream from General Foods. From New York, here is I've Got a Secret, starring Steve Allen.
Isn't that clever? That kind of thing can replace talent, you know, if you have a lot of help. Well, good evening. Welcome, as I said, to our Christmas edition of I've Got a Secret. And now we want you to meet the Christmas edition of our panel. First, there's Betsy Palmer.
Good evening.
Then Bill Cullen. Then Des Meyerson. And Henry Morgan. All set to play the game, panel?
Oh, boy, yes.
Why not? Then may we have our first contestant, please. Just make yourself comfortable right there, and would you tell us your name and where you're from?
My name is Norman Weiss, and I'm stationed at the Naval Air Station, Willow Grove, Pennsylvania.
That's right. Panel Chief Petty Officer Weiss has recently returned from a vacation, or leave, as we say in the trade, which he spent in Italy and Greece. Chief, I understand that you're planning to make some other trips in the very near future, all at your own expense. There's a little hint for you, panel. Where will you be going?
I'll be going over to the Philippines, Hong Kong, Vietnam, South Korea, and Colombia, South America.
That's a lot of ground to cover. May I ask if you're married?
No, I'm not.
I see. Probably can't afford a wife doing all that traveling. Well, actually, Chief Weiss has an excellent reason for making these trips, and I think it's quite appropriate, too, at this season of the year. Now, if you'll whisper your secret to me, Chief, we'll find out why you are going to all these countries. Panel, the clue to Chief Petty Officer Weiss's secret concerns his reasons for traveling to all these different countries. And we'll start the game this time with Betsy Palmer.
You say reasons for the that you're going to be traveling. Tell me, do I call you Chief Petty?
Chief.
I don't know.
Just Petty.
You don't know him that well, I don't think.
Chief Weiss, does this have to do with children by any chance?
Yes.
Now, many, many gentlemen in the services have started wonderful homes and things like that for children, orphans and all. Could you be soliciting orphans for a home of some sort?
Soliciting orphans?
Well,
Not exactly.
I mean, that sounds a little weird, but I mean gathering boys and girls to give them homes or families or...
Well, you're in...
I'm in the category.
In the area, yes.
Well, does it have to do with children?
Yes.
That you're going to be bringing back from those countries?
No.
You're going to do something for them in those countries?
Yes.
All right. Our buzzer's just broken, but we'll...
Lovely. I could go on and on. Goodness.
Welcome to I Lost a Buzzer, ladies and gentlemen. We'll go arbitrarily after $20 to Bill Cullen.
Very appropriate this time of the year, our new theme song, Jingle Buzzers. Chief, is it possible that you have adopted, as you do, these days, children in each one of those countries? You have
Bill figured it out all right. Panel, I suppose the best way to tell you about Chief Weiss's secret, which you've already figured out anyway here, is to show you this picture of his family. These are the 10 foster children from all over the world whom Chief Weiss has adopted and whom he supports out of his Navy salary. Chief, this is quite a wonderful family, seriously, that you're going to visit. Who's your oldest here?
My oldest child is the boy in the upper corner there, Konstantinos. Yes, he's going on 17.
Uh-huh. Must have had him with you for quite some time. And how long have you been doing this in all now?
6 years. Exactly 6 years.
I see. Do you have any other family besides all these children?
No, but I write to these children once a month, and they in turn write to me, and that is my family.
Uh-huh. Well, it's a wonderful family indeed. Which of them have you been lucky enough to see so far?
Well, I've seen my boy and girl in Greece and my boy in Italy so far.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just a question of time. I see the rest of the children.
Yes. Well, I happen to know, Chief, that over 50, or at least 55%, I should say, of every paycheck that you receive, and servicemen don't get real big paychecks under any circumstances, but that much money goes to the support of all these children, which I'm sure makes it a little rough to save up some of the transportation money you might need to visit them. So if I may, on behalf of all of us here, and I've got a secret, we'd like your next trip to be on us. Right here are some open-end airline tickets. We just want you to fill in the date next time you get a leave. And I just want to mention, too, that these children were adopted through a wonderful organization, the Foster Parents Plan. I'm familiar with it, and it's good to be on the same team with you.
Thank you.
This meeting one guy like that about once or twice a year kind of restores your faith in the human race, doesn't it? Great man. Well, sir, we'll be back with you again in just a moment. Now may we have our next contestants, please. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Now, panel, in case any of these youngsters look familiar to you, any or all of them, I should say, it's because they resemble their fathers, all of whom work right here on the I've Got a Secret program. Now, would each of you youngsters tell me your name, please, and what your father does? We'll start down this end.
My name is Michael Cannon, and my father is an announcer. My name is Lynn Greenbaum. My father's a musician. He plays the trumpet. My name is Anthony Rongo. My father's a musician, and he plays the drums.
My name is Chris Arndt, and my father is a musician, and he plays the bass fiddle.
Oh, my name is Thomas Drew, and my father's on the production staff.
My name is Meredith Martin. My father is QT TV supervisor. My name is Gordon Powell. My father is a musician, and he plays the xylophones.
Yeah, among other things, too, I happen to know. Well, now we'll get right down to the business at hand. As the panel will recall, last year on the Christmas show, they all played a Christmas carol by blowing into tuned soda pop bottles. Now, these youngsters are going to carry on that tradition by playing a Christmas carol on equally unusual instruments, which they happen to have in these little paper shopping bags they're holding. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you all whisper your secret into my ear, or ears, we'll find out just what the instruments are that you're going to use to play your song. It's a good trick if they can do it. Well, the clue panel concerns, naturally, what they have in these bags they're carrying, and we'll start the questioning this time with Bess.
Thank you, Steve. Lynn, is this an inanimate object? Is it alive?
No,
Good. Is it made of glass?
a little.
A little. Is it something, Lynn, that we would be very familiar with if we saw it?
Yes.
All right. Mike, do we use it every day?
Yes.
Is it something that we would have, that I might have in my home?
Yes.
In a special room in my house? More than others?
Yes, in your
In the bathroom?
no, in your bedroom.
Oh, thank you.
You're being very, very helpful, young man.
Thank you. That's in the Christmas...
Hey, the buzzer's working. How about that? Let's hear it for the buzzer. What do you say? And now we go to Henry Henry Morgan.
The young man on your right, Steve, the person. Well, anyone, I don't... The last boy said that it could be found in Bess's bedroom.
Uh-huh.
Would I have this in my bedroom?
Yes.
They're a good set. Have both of them answer.
Yeah, they've got stereo answers then.
Now, the young lady said that it was partly glass. Do you agree?
Yes.
Is the other part plastic?
It could be.
That's nice.
Good answer.
Is it wood?
No.
Could be that, but it probably would not.
I didn't ask you, Steve.
I'm sorry.
Is it metal?
Maybe.
Yes. Yes.
Well, figuring that, would Bess carry one of these in her handbag?
No. No.
Well, it's pretty small. You've got it in that shopping bag. Do you use one?
Yes.
Probably most of them do. There's half the money. We go to Betsy.
Chris, since I know you and your mommy and daddy, does this belong only in the bedroom?
Well, maybe.
Ah, you've got the wrong Chris there, my dear. Not the little girl. Maybe it could be like in the kitchen?
Yes.
Does this have to do with liquids?
No.
Solids?
No.
Well, it's solid itself, if you don't mind an opinion.
It's solid itself.
Yeah.
And it's partially glass,
Yes.
partially material?
Well, not cloth.
Like
that's what you
cloth,
mean.
I meant. No? Do we use it on our person?
No.
No.
$60 down, 20 to go. Bill Cullen.
Strange.
Boy, the panel has done such a fine job up to
Of not
now
finding
that I have
out.
no idea. I am looking for something that is a little bit of glass, possibly plastic, conceivably wood, that is found in the bedroom as well as other rooms in the house, which might likely be the kitchen. Have I recapped?
Well, could be in the kitchen, but not unless you got an awful lot of company.
And it has...
You know? This is another company.
Do you, let's change the tack. Do you play this thing by striking it,
No?
blowing into it,
No.
kicking it,
No.
hurling it out of the window? How else, do you rub it?
No.
You don't blow into it?
No.
You don't strike it?
No.
It's a silent show, that's what it is.
Is it a container
Well,
that
Pamela-
holds toothbrushes?
No, it's not a toothbrush container. Panel, when you folks played Christmas carols last year with your pop bottles, you had a little trouble keeping time, see? So just to make sure that you don't have that particular problem again, these youngsters are right now going to play We Wish You a Merry Christmas with alarm clocks. Come on, kid. Let's try it. They're all going to line up now. They've got the clocks out of the bags, and they're all getting in. Now, if they don't get in the proper order, it's going to come out a different tune altogether. You know that. I'll show you what I mean. They're all lined up in the order of a scale. Let's see, everybody in a straight line.
Wait a
Whoops.
minute, wait a minute.
We may be putting a G where a B flat should go or something. Yeah. I think we're all straight. No, we're not straight? Well, let's hit the notes and see who's out of order. Okay. Right? Outside the fact that the last clock is flat, we seem to be in the right order. Okay, the idea now is you play or ring or whatever you're doing there when I point to you. Okay? And well, it'll be my fault if anything goes wrong. All right. There they are. That's cute. Oh, thank you very much, kids. We may put out an album with them one of these days. But right now, however, what we're going to do is pause and listen to a very important... May we have our next guest, please? Very nice to have you with us. Would you tell us your name, please, and where you're from?
Captain Margaret Steinhoff, originally from Cleveland, Ohio, now in the Bronx of New York City.
Happy to have you here. Captain? Panel, Captain Steinhoff is the leader of a very unusual and quite exciting group of young ladies who are going to perform for us tonight. But before we meet them, I'd like to show you what they use as sheet music, and it is really unusual. Can any of you make any sense out of this at all? I sure couldn't when I first looked at it. Can any of you guess from this what instruments the girls play or what these symbols mean? If you have any thoughts at all, just raise your hand. Bess?
But we have to
Betsy and I
disqualify ourselves.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Betsy and I were at a Salvation Army luncheon, and I
the
think
other
we
day.
saw these girls
Yes,
perform,
we
so
did.
Oh, I
perhaps
see.
we should disqualify
You're disqualifying
It's up to
yourself.
the boys.
All right.
Good.
And they're just marvelous.
I'd like to
They're just
disqualify
marvelous.
myself too, Steve.
Why?
I don't have any idea what it is.
Very good thinking, Bill. Well, Henry, it's up to you.
I'd love to play the game, Steve, but I can't see that far.
Well, better luck next time. No, I'll be glad to explain just what the heck is going on. This is sheet music, believe it or not. It's legit. It's not a comedy thing. Sheet music for tambourine players. Now, Captain Steinhoff, this is going to seem very simple to the panel once they get the hang of it, I suppose. But let me just pick out something here. This looks like the letter M. Now, if a tambourine player saw that, what would he or she play?
Like
We
to
have
show
a
you.
little tambourine here, if you'd like to just stand up and demonstrate.
This would be a regular 4 and 6 beat.
Yeah, I like that. Okay. What would this here be?
We call that a diamond with a slash.
It sounds... It sounds a lot like the first one, but I guess it's the arm movements that are the main difference. I see. Well, panel, isn't that simple?
Yeah.
All you need to do is get the hang of it, and now that we understand the basic idea, I'd like you to meet the young ladies who, as I said, are going to perform for us right now. Ladies and gentlemen, the Salvation Army's Timbrelettes. Here they are. Wonderful. Thank you. It's wonderful, ladies. That was very exciting indeed. And we'd also like to thank the Salvation Army Band, as well as the Timbrelettes, for joining us once again this Christmas. They're with us every year, as you know. And also, we'd like to express our thanks to the director of the aggregation, Derek Smith. Well, sir, we have just a little bit of time left. And as it happens, we have a few more children left over from earlier in the program, I mean, whose fathers work on I've Got a Secret. Let's get some of them out here right now. Come on, kids. Sit right down here. Some of you want to sit down here? Want to keep me company over here, sweetheart, on this end? Are you two sisters?
Yes.
Good. It would have been a great coincidence if they weren't, I guess, wouldn't it? Well, they're all mighty cute. Now, I want you to tell us your names and what your daddies do on the show.
My name's Lori, and I don't know what my father does.
I didn't either, now that I think of it. You know?
No.
What's your last name?
Strauss.
Ah, yes. Now then. One of our production people, ladies and gentlemen. A shifty group, if I ever met it. And your name?
Constance Cannon.
Constance Cannon. And your daddy?
Well, he does commercials.
Indeed he does, and very well, too. And what's your name, sweetheart?
Janice Martin.
And what about your dad?
I don't know what he does.
What does he talk about when he comes home? Where does he say he was all day?
At work.
At work. That's all right. He works on the teleprompter, as a matter of fact. Well, it just so happens that our special celebrity guest for next week is in the studio tonight. The panel has not seen him. They don't know who we're talking about. So we thought we'd try this little experiment, which might work out. I am going to ask the children to describe him for you, panel. And all you have to do is see if you can guess who they're talking about. Simple idea. Gentleman is backstage right now, so let's show the audience who the children will be describing. There he is. Now, kids, don't say the person's name.
Name. I don't know the person.
Well, we're off to a flying start. We want to get a description of the accident, or of the person, rather. Is he a short fellow, would you say?
Tall.
Tall. How tall? How tall would you say? How many feet?
12.
All right. He's 12 feet tall. What would you say he looks like, sweetheart? Would you say he looks like a baseball player or a movie star or what? Oh, really? Does he look like he could be in the movies? No. What color is his What color is his hair?
Brown.
Brown hair, 12 feet tall, could never get in the movies.
I mean black hair.
All right, he has a little brown and a little black hair. And do you think he would look like a bad guy or a good guy if he were in the movies? You may be honest.
Good guy.
He looks like a good guy. All right. How old do you think he is, sweetheart? You think he's over 6 years old?
Yes.
How much older? What number? How many years?
60.
60 years. All right. You're following this panel? You have any ideas yet? 12 feet tall, 60 years old, black and brown hair, and wearing white sidewall tires when last seen. Would you like to ask the kids anything? Any information you'd like to bring out?
Well, you know, I do know the little Strauss girls' father is Herb Strauss.
Yes,
who
Herb
works
Strauss.
with Tony. Did you know that?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes, good.
I should have mentioned Herb's name. I mean, his first name.
I wondered is he dressed in usual clothes, sweetie?
He's dressed in, he's dressed up.
He's dressed up. Yes, Bill?
I got it. He's 12 feet tall, brown hair shot with black, looks like a good guy, and is 60 years old.
Uh-huh.
3 of the Beatles.
That's as good a guess as any, I guess.
Very good. Does he sing?
Does he sing?
I don't know.
I don't either, to tell you the truth. Henry?
No, what?
Just one more, yeah.
Oh, ask a little Miss Cannon on the end. Does he make you laugh?
No.
Well, let's see if he does or not. Let's bring out Mr. Durward Kirby.
12 feet tall. 12 feet tall. We could He is 12 feet tall.
12 feet tall,
yeah. Oh, cute children, yes.
Tell you one thing, you can go rob a bank now. They'll never give a good description of it.
Sure, Strauss girls. I'll never listen to your music again. They didn't do too bad, though.
No.
Not too bad at all. No, you've made my day, ladies. And I wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas. I hope Santa brings you everything that you wished for. Same thing to your panel. Steve, I'm in the neighborhood here. As you mentioned, I'm going to be on the show next week. I have a little bit more of my Christmas shoplifting to do.
We'll see you in a few
Christmas
days.
to you.
Thank you, Durward. Thank you. Ah, dear. Well, thanks very much, girls. They were very, very cute indeed. Now, let's open the curtains once again. I think we have just time to do that and bring back our good friends from the Salvation Army. There they are. We're going to go off here with a rousing collection you little girls can join into, the audience, everybody who wants to. A rousing group of Christmas songs. Merry Christmas, everybody. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, panel.
Bye-bye, Mary.
program was pre-recorded. This is John